I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. All right, America, we got a special treat for you today. This brother right here, just to be frank, we couldn't cover Jackson State in the way that we've been covering Jackson State without this brother's reporting. He reports for the biggest paper in our state of Mississippi. He does an excellent job. Excellent job. And that is not cap. That's not hyperbole. I would not say that if it was not the truth. You understand me? I rely on this brother's reporting when it comes to what we're saying on here. We don't just come on here just to be entertaining. Yeah. We told you we the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. And this brother right here does real journalism, and we greatly appreciate him for that. And we appreciate him for coming on, put it on something. I'm talking about none other than Clarion Legends, Rashad Milligan.
Yeah.
Oh, what man. Up,
yeah, y'all give him one of these. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, man. Good. Real good,
man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Great to have you on. Great to have you on. But we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna go ahead and get into it and just kind of give the people a little bit of your background, you know what I'm saying? Because I think journalists don't get highlighted enough in this country, you know what I'm saying? And I got some of my mentees, some of my youngest might be watching this and want to be you know what I'm saying? They might have had hoop dreams or wanted to go to the league. I know I got one youngin' who wants to be Bobby Lee. What up, man? You see this?
Come on, man.
You see this king on here, right? You see this king. This king get money by covering sport. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, kind of get your background, man, because it's something you might inspire the next kid that wants to be like you.
Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to play sports as a kid, and then it was about age 10. I was like, I didn't want to run suicides, everything like that in practice. So I was like, man, I don't know this for me. And then my pop, one time we were on vacation, like in like Orlando or something like that. And he was like, yeah, you know, them folks on, ESPN, they get paid lots of money to talk sports. I was like, that's what I do all day. Like they pay good money for that. And he was like, yeah. I was like, that's what I wanted to do. I was 10 years old. So ever since then, that's been the dream. That's been the goal. To get paid to do this, paying my bills doing this. So far, I've been doing it. Graduated from Georgia State. I'm from Atlanta. Graduated from Georgia State in 2017. Started off as a news reporter. First thing out, I wanted to do sports. So, you know, like that's all I had on my mind was sports. I ended up doing news, had to humble myself, learned a lot about, you know, open records requests, and that helped me a lot now when I had to do some type of new stuff in sports because, you know, things always happen in sports.
Absolutely.
Then I moved over to Alabama, where I was in a small town called Valley, Alabama, for a year and a half at the Valley Times News. I was the first Black sports editor over there, the first Black editor of the paper. So, you know, and that paper was around for like 100 years. So they invited me out to their Black History Month event out there. And I just, you know, pretty much what you're saying, if any kid is watching this, I was just telling them, you know, I think there's so many limited options that we see. There's so many things that you can do, and you can get bread in a lot of different places. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in journalism, you know, on the surface level, it might look like you can't get enough money, but you can get money in different ways. Like you can get money from YouTube, you can get money from freelance, and you can become your own boss and really dictate how you want to live. You can get anything you want to get in life if you just work for it. So that's what I'm just trying to do right now. I'm just trying to get it and trying to inspire as many people as I can on the way.
Wow.
That's real. Hey,
Come on now.
Yeah. He's a humble brother, but we see the king in him.
Man.
Now, you had to cover probably the biggest story I know in this area, sports-wise, and probably quite a long time with, you know, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders coming to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you've done a great job with that. As a media member, what are some of the changes that you've noticed with that program since Coach Prime has come?
It's funny because I could just like really defer to like the players' answers and the coaches' answers on that. Asking Dalen Baldwin, you know, obviously who came over and had to sit out last year, the last year of Hendrick as a Morgan State transfer. You know, I was asking him before this season. He's like, "Oh man, you saw all these cameras. Like this is something new to me. Like cameras are constantly around those guys." And like every press conference, first press conference, I forgot, it was Keontae and I believe it was Dalen. Those were the two players who walked in. They walk in and Keontae's looking around like, man, I ain't never seen this many. It's like I never seen this many people before. This packed in the media room after a game. So it was just for everybody's been different. Everybody's been different, man. It's for me. I came here as kind of like a background guy, a producer, a planner, slash general assignment. So I was utility. I was backup for Anthony McDougal if he was doing some JSU or Southern Miss or high school. I was backup for the Mississippi State and the Ole Miss beat writers. And then all of a sudden, Coach Prime comes in and this becomes the biggest thing at the paper and one of the biggest things in the country. And I'm just like, wow, well, we don't have anybody else, Rashad. It's up to you. And it's something that – go ahead.
So, no. So to that point, Rashad, you go from a column to literally, man, every week your story could be the feature story, right? So what does that look like for you in changing your approach? Does it change your approach, or are you looking at it like week in and week out, I'm going to tell the story the same way I would whether it was a sports column or a lead story?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you always want to give your all with every story. I mean, that's just kind of like just natural. But I guess the different approach is the different expectation there is from the company. So like I went from having to write one story a day, like 5 stories a week, to like 2 stories, at least 2 stories a day on Deion, at least 2 stories a day on Jackson State football. So trying to, being forced to put out that many stories about the team just forces you to get creative, and it ups the ante, and you have to bring something different to everyone, and you have to bring something of value, because I know you guys were talking before we were recording about subscribing to read all the stories, to have the information about what's going on. So to get people to subscribe, you got to bring them something of value. And that's very challenging when you're writing 12 stories a week about the same topic.
Man, what is that? What does that look like for you personally? Where Jackson State in the past, they may have, the 3 local affiliates, they'll have the Clarion Legend, and maybe, like some swag coverage. What does that press conference room look like now after the game? Are you saying like national affiliates show up to cover the Tigers as well?
Right. There are a few national affiliates out there from time to time, but for the most part, Coach Prime was like, when he came in, he was like, no, I only kind of want to, local people only, no new friends. That's kind of the way he moved with it, and that's the way he's kind of been rocking with it for the most part. I know after the Southern game, a lot of their local media, since it's so close and since they were all there, they kind of just walked into the Jackson media room after that game. But other than that, it's been just us for like the 3 TV stations and myself.
Yeah.
Now, in your opinion, how long do you think Prime will be there?
Yeah, so this question I get asked like at every stop. Oh, that was that's another thing that has changed. I went from going on radio shows and making appearances like once every 6 months to twice a week.
Your man is the man.
So this is a question I get all the time, and mine is a bit of a hot take, because I know a lot of people say 2-3 years. I say 5. I say 5 because his daughter's coming in.
Hot take, Rashad. You know what I'm saying? We go shout you out when you do a hot take on this thing.
Who
did you say coming in?
His daughter's coming in to play basketball. So I think if he's going to stay for her all 4 years, she's a senior now in high school, or next year. So I believe so. So senior year and then 4 years of college, because this was something that we asked him before the season of. It wasn't just a direct, how long are you going to be here? But it was like a, well, you take the baton this far and going for equality with HBCUs. After your time at HBCUs, what do you want that next thing to do? And he's like, I don't think like that. I don't think I'm here for the long call. I got kids here. I don't know if I got 2 kids on the team. And then he's like, and then I got a baby girl playing basketball too. So when he said that, I was like, oh, dang. I think he'll be here for his kids, at least that. Because, I mean, you look at his track record, that's what he's done. That's literally why he's doing college coaching this year. Just happened fall at the right place, right time. He started coaching because he saw his sons at the youth football, the PV level, and he's like, I don't like the way they're getting coached and they're not getting taught the right techniques. So he coaches with them. And then that kind of grew into a passion of coaching youth kids around the country, of teenagers, and doing all these youth camps and 7-on-7s, and then getting into college, high school coaching when his oldest son was playing high school football, then coaching Shiloh, then, Shador. And then, he's been saying, if you've been following before he got here, I'm going to coach college football next year. I'm going to coach college football. And they're like, as an assistant, he's like, no, I'm going to be a head coach. It's like, Deion, you don't have any college experience. He's like, I'm gonna be a college coach. I'm gonna be college. Someone gonna give me, he kept saying that before he came in, and it was because Shador was a senior in high school. He's a very loyal guy. That's kind of what I picked. He kind of grabs his people and then he holds on to them and takes them wherever he goes. There's a lot of people from Trinity Christian that's over here right now at Jackson State as his team because he just kind of keeps that consistency.
Wow. Have Alcorn fans contacted you kind of salty with y'all about all the coverage Jackson State has been getting? Because I'm gonna tell you what I did. I was on a lick earlier today, and it was a Jackson State alum and an Alcorn alum. They got into it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And the Alcorn alum was like, "What has Coach Prime being there done for us?
Right?
They ain't done nothing for us." You know what I'm saying? So have Alcorn fans kind of got at y'all. I know when my brother was in the media, fans used to get at him about you ain't covering this enough, or you showed my baby getting dunked on. What is that all about? So do you get any of that from Alcorn fans or any other HBCU fans that think or y'all covering Jackson State too much up there that paper?
It's ironic because Ray reached out to me when I was like, there's a rare occurrence. I was logged in on my Twitter and I checked my DMs or whatever because that's how I deal with it. I just be I got two stories to write today. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they say about me and my mentions, I don't really see a lot of that stuff. So I mean, it also just kind of saves my psyche because this stuff can, this light, man, that stuff can crash, especially in a panoramic. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, but that's how I deal with it. But emails, a lot of times is just like a lot of kind of random emails, like the headline. I got one that, excuse me, the title was Deion, and they spelled Deion wrong, and then it was like the message was he's a loser. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this email? And I get another one. It's like Ray Lewis shouldn't be a coach because ABC. And then it'll just be opinions. I get a bunch of opinions in my email, so it's nothing really.
Rashad, it's like a suggestion box. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
it's one of those things where like you come in after a long day of working, and it's like what you should be covering instead of like just trusting your expertise and what you get to see on a daily basis, right?
I wish I could pick that. That's another thing I don't think people understand. Like I don't have the power to be like I'm gonna cover this. Like because I could say example even within JSU. So if I wanted to cover something else JSU, but we've already done a story on JSU before on that specific sport or team. And we have to make priority Deion and Jackson State football. Mm-hmm. So if I'm like, it's a Monday night, I'll just say the basketball team. And I want to go cover Amisha Williams and the women's basketball team because Amisha's having a B season and the women's basketball team is good again.
Yeah.
And then it's a Monday night. Yo, what you doing, Rashad? I'm headed up to AAC, watch Amisha. No. Don't you gotta write this about Coach Prime and Coach, so I don't have that. I don't think people understand that on the other side. I can't just be like, I cover whatever I want. Like I know Samaria or Samaria, Terry, who used to be here, she said when she came in, she made it a priority to cover HBCUs. I don't know what type of pool she had at her station at WJTV. That's not the pool that Rashad Milligan. Maybe I had to be here a little longer. Maybe I have to, I don't know what I had to do to get that pool. But right now, I got to listen to what the people tell me, man.
Rashad, I got a secret for you, man. I did it for a decade. You never had that kind of pool, all right? Maybe if you're like Rob J, you know what I mean? But maybe you have that kind of pool to say what I'm covering day to day. But no. You're right on point. That's you pulling back the curtain for the people to kind of give them a real look of what your day-to-day, profession looks like, man. I think that goes unnoticed. And the fact that you are sometimes limited also highlights the skill set that you have, man. you've told great stories throughout this season in a pandemic where this is not the norm, right? Like we're playing football in a situation that is spring instead of fall, and you've made the adjustment, man, and it's been flawless. So more than anything, I want to take this time to give you kudos, man, and much respect to you of the great job that you've been doing this season.
I really appreciate that.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, man, I'm just to piggyback on what my brother just said. You know, we greatly appreciate your reporting. We'll appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying? We hope you keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just stay down. You know, keep blocking the people out. I think I can learn from that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they say something I don't like. You know, I tell them some things, and then
you do. Then you block them. Yeah,
I always tell them something. Purpose. Maybe I need to try with this brother. You know what I'm saying? He's like a peaceful, chill brother. So maybe I'll try that. You know what I'm talking about?
Hilarious.
But we greatly appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We wish you much more success. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for all those viewers out here, if you're not subscribed to the Clarion Ledger, go ahead and do that. Put your kids on it. Reading the paper is something that helped me when I was a kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My mom would get the paper and stuff like that. That helped me. You know what I'm saying? That helped me get money in my life. You understand? So support your local papers, support print media, and support great journalists like Rashad Milligan. Appreciate you, King.
Rashad, how can they find you on social media, man?
Oh yeah.
So when I log on, it's just Rashad Milligan, my name. You see it right there. Is this gonna be up here on the video? Rashad Milligan. It's just one word, Rashad Milligan. So you can follow me on Twitter over there. And then that's pretty much it. And then Clarion Ledger, all that good stuff. MS Preps for all the high school stuff. And that's it. That's how we do it. Oh, shout out to you guys too. You know what I'm saying? You guys have been doing it big all season. I see you putting up the numbers, and I know y'all. Hey, I'm knowing. So you know, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm supporting you guys too.
Thank you, Rashad.
Appreciate it. One.
Absolutely.
My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.